good morning. It's Saturday now and I'm at Tesco's waiting for my click and collect order, which is my shopping delivery to be delivered to my boot so I can unpack it. So my children have just been sending me their food requests, so I'm probably also going to go into the shop and buy more food. It's just an endless cycle. But one thing I was just thinking about is I have 3 children now, 2 teenagers and 1 young adult, and they have all had their own little issues with food at different points. You know, I think just the fact that I'm an eating disorder therapist doesn't make them immune to it. And obviously parental influence is one thing, but often peers can be much more influential. And one of my children as well has type 1 diabetes, which has made relationship with food more challenging because every time you go to an appointment, you're weighed, you have to calculate your carbohydrates. It puts a focus on food, and understandably then that can potentially sometimes create more focus, more issues. And I had a phase as well where my daughter was quite restrictive with her eating, and that was hugely challenging for me, and I really wanted to step in and do all my therapizing, which she didn't appreciate at all. But it was a massive journey for me in really understanding how I had to really step back, be the dolphin, as in the Maudsley animal model, where you listen, you are supportive, but you don't fix, you don't step in, you don't leak all your anxiety over your child. You much more step into the place of being supportive and empowering them and trusting that they're going to make the changes when they're ready. But that's really, really hard. And I know I support parents a lot to do this, but actually when you're a parent yourself and you're in that driving seat, that is hugely, hugely challenging. So I just really want to acknowledge that if you're a parent watching this and you have a teenager with or a young adult with an eating disorder, or any child with an eating disorder, it's hugely, hugely challenging. But just to say that what's really helped my children to come through their little blips with relationship with food is really believing in them, stepping back, emotionally regulating myself, looking after myself. I'm just out for a little walk, a little stroll, and it is blooming freezing again. I've got the blue fur on again. So yeah, it's meant to be spring in the UK, but it is a bit up and down with the weather. Anyway, I want to talk a bit about control and eating disorders. And it's such a cliche thing, isn't it, that's talked about a lot. But I just wanted to explain a bit more about what we really mean when we're saying that an eating disorder sometimes can be a control mechanism. Now, I think generally people with eating disorders tend to be sensitive souls that feel things really deeply and have really high levels of empathy and really care about the people in their lives and all the things, really want to do a good job, really like very conscientious people often. And oh no, it's going to start raining now. Anyway, I think I'm under some trees. Yeah, but sometimes what happens, I think it's very hard when you are a very conscientious, sensitive soul. You really want to make everyone in your life happy. You really want to do a good job. And sometimes just trying to meet all of these demands feels absolutely overwhelming. You feel like you can't set boundaries and you can't say no, and just feel overwhelmed and everything's coming at you. So sometimes it feels like the one thing that you can control is food and your body. And this isn't even sometimes a conscious decision. I don't think anyone thinks, right, I'm going to really focus on food and my body as a way to feel safe and feel a sense of control. But this is often what happens. So when you're feeling very overwhelmed, perhaps you can't set boundaries with people, you feel you've got to meet these endless demands, the eating disorder can really be like a life raft, one place where you feel that real sense of safety, where things are predictable, where things are in your control. And that can feel very reassuring when the world feels infinitely demanding, overwhelming, and a bit unsafe. So yeah, these were actually Roman burial mounds, and there used to be 7 of them, but now there are 3. And I'm going to go and climb up them now. Okay, so someone has very kindly put some steps up this burial mound to make it a bit easier. So I'm now going to go to the top and show you the view. So very exciting. So yeah, some of the others, like you can actually just climb up, but I probably won't do that today. Um, I've done it before and I've had the children with me. But yes, I need to be kind of sensible today. So here's just going to show you the view from the top. So here you go. If you don't like heights, look away. Yeah, so really nice. Very windy up here. Yeah. Thankfully it's not raining though. There we go. Over the edge. Yeah, quite a special, unique place.